Hello there and welcome to the Hashpower Academy. I have a message for you. Corporate want your Bitcoin and they'll try anything and everything, creating products, markets, services, comforts in which you will hand them your Bitcoin or buy it with them. And as Fidelity have just recently launched a crypto retirement IRA and they promote it as no fees. Go and check the fine print. They charge a 1% fee on spreads. So you buy with them, you sell with them, that's 2%, one in, one out. That's a fee. So I don't know why they're being very fictitious with their advertising, but lo and behold, these are the sorts of things that these large institutions will do. They'll offer the world, they'll offer a walled garden, and the warning I can say to you is choose your next prison wisely. Because the key thing here is that different people of different ages are going to want different things. People of a younger age that want to self-custody their Bitcoin, they're more comfortable with that idea. And the lessons required there are to just go through the processes of getting a hardware wallet or having a wallet generated that's in words and storing those words or memorizing those words. But these do take you down a different risk path versus people of a middle to older age. They may have kids, thinking about how they're going to pass down their digital wealth to their kids. Whether their kids are interested in Bitcoin or not, that's again education. And then people of an older age that hold the majority of wealth in the world, they are looking more to something that they're familiar with. Having a retirement account, allowing an institution to handle all their money for them, and the comforts and conveniences of taxation and all those other pieces of the old world. And the old world is the key piece here. That again, the majority of the wealth of the world is with people of an older age. And I'll give you a comical analogy for this. When you're mining Bitcoin, when you first use a mining machine as the analogy of a young person. They're young, they're efficient, they've got lots of time and energy, but they haven't made any Bitcoin yet. They haven't made any money. And as they get older, they're making the most amount that they can as they hit middle age, and then you've got this big stack of Bitcoin. And as you're coming to the end of your time, you got, you're young, middle-aged, you're old. When you're at this point, you're an old, less efficient machine, you've not got long left, and you've got this stack of wealth and you want to do something with it. These are the sorts of interesting analogies I can offer. And these are the sorts of things that, again, if the majority of the wealth of the world is owned by people of an older age, and that capital flow of trillions essentially in less productive, older type of asset classes through the sort of pinhole of the 21 million supply unit. Firstly, we're going to see these massive changes in the price, as everyone likes to talk about in the financial world, of these huge price valuations of Bitcoin. You've also got that underlying network of energy and compute expanding underneath this, that this engineered money on the top is continually eating into the value of, I say the quantity of its dollar to Bitcoin exchange rate. And the benefits of holding such assets are immeasurable. And that's what financial institutions want. They're going to play this planetary game of Hungry Hippo to accumulate all the Bitcoin they can, not just through their own purchases and acquisitions of companies in all these different layers, but also offering different products, markets, services to people that custody with them. But you're living in a walled garden and there's still risk, because the true test of time is your own Bitcoin in your own wallet, securing your own private keys, which is just that piece of information, your ability to spend the Bitcoin. That's your power with a wallet. And if you have your own Bitcoin in your own wallet, your own private key, well, if you trust your kids enough, you can just hand it to them, so to speak. But it's one of the biggest issues at the moment. I think people are trying to contend with is what they are comfortable with. But the key thing here is education. The default should not be, here you go, large institution, handle all my Bitcoin for me. That's what we want to move away from. And it's good that the younger ages are more pushing for self-custody and wanting to be outside the system, so to speak. But people of a middle age to older age, they are more used to such institutions managing their capital. And that transition is not going to be perfect. Again, if the price is going to take off with some form of acceleration, with all this massive adoption from countries and continents even into Bitcoin, that the exchange rate from dollar to Bitcoin is going to go insane. What does that do? It means it's an incredibly valuable asset, a fixed supply, planetary scale energy currency that everyone and anyone wants. But the truest test of time of how you can keep yours whilst others want to take it is to self-custody. And that starts as small as a couple $100 worth of Bitcoin with a wallet and just learning. It's a learning curve that's required. You confront it with the idea of managing your own money. It may be a new concept, but if this video inspires just one person to try and attempt self-custody and play around and store a little bit of Bitcoin in a wallet, understand the private keys, understand how it works, maybe go to that next level of a multi-signature setup, which is essentially two keys that are required to access the same money and move it. It's just going to be the difference between you being able to live in which the young ones like myself are going to live in the future, which is a little bit more leaning on self-custody. And that's not to say that if you really don't have a comfort of managing your own money, that you want to use some form of solution of a product market service with one of these large institutions that offer services to custody with them. But for example, Fidelity just launched a crypto pension IRA, promoting it as no fees. And then you go and look at the small print, and they charge a 1% fee on all transactions, a 1% fee on the spread. So they buy it at $100, they give you 99. That's a fee. So you've got to also understand that these different institutions are going to promote perfection on the outside, and you really need to make the effort to understand how they make their money on the inside. And it's those sorts of things that I don't think it's deceptive, so to speak, but it's not, it's what they communicate is different to what the actual reality is. And those are the sorts of things that I don't agree with. But anyway, this was an interesting sort of different direction to go in, just exploring different thoughts and feelings as to different people, where they're at in life and what they want from the world and different custody solutions. The key thing is the why. Even if you go, no, I'd rather just have someone else manage it for me, but you understand the why as to what self-custody is and what it's for, and those lessons learned and the different risk trade-offs from all these different methods. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.